educational and motivational here at Love How. Get a better mindset and set your goals here at Love How. Educational things you need to know here at Love How. Like credit, home, buying loans, and much more here at Love How. The space for
Okay, I can't hear you.
What? That's crazy.
Okay, now you just came in. Your mouth was moving, but no sound was happening. So I think it was just a slight delay.
Oh, that's crazy. I switched over computers. I did notice that the computer that I moved from was moving faster than the one that I switched over to. So that's what I was looking at. I'm using like two different ones. But anyway, welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Homebuyers Clubhouse, where we go live every Wednesday and every Friday. On Wednesdays, we give something inspirational and motivational. And on Fridays, we give something educational. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I am a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. Ms. Erica Betts, introduce yourself, honey.
Hey, and I am Erica Batts. I'm your home loan chick, and I am your mortgage lender.
And Miss Nicole, introduce yourself, honey.
Yes, ma'am. I am Nicole Crawford. I'm a realtor for Keller Williams Realty out of the Greensboro Triad area.
Awesome, yo! It's back to school time. I've noticed on my timeline we had a lot of people going back to school, a lot of kids going back to school. So it's that time of year again, and it's a lot of emotions that kind of run high for parents. So parents out there, are you guys happy or sad that your kids are headed back to school? If you're not, we're going to give you some great advice to kind of get through that. Ladies, how y'all feel about back to school? I'm one of those happy parents at this moment because everything's kind of the same. But for the parents that have kids that's going off to college, that are empty nesters for the first time, and look at Nicole at the bottom, and for the parents who have kids that's going to school for the first time, how are y'all doing? How are y'all holding up? Y'all can go. I'll leave it open to both of y'all. Nicole, you go first, honey, because I know you ain't happy. Your baby just left over the weekend, right?
He did. We dropped him off on campus on Saturday. Of course, I'm not an empty nester, and he's not far away from me, which is that good thing. But it also is kind of bittersweet because it means that he still has access to all his friends around here. Mm-hmm. And so it means he's not coming home.
Yeah, they can't wait. Like, we missing them, but they can't wait to leave and go to college.
You got it.
Mm-hmm. You got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little sad.
You said, I know you said, Mama, that's your baby. It's your son. I understand, girl. I do.
So for me, I will say I don't have any kids, so really back to school really affects me, just the traffic, all the traffic that you see in the morning, all of that. Now I do have my oldest nephew. This is his senior year, so that's kind of becoming real when it's like, okay, my sister just told me that he sent off a college application. Yeah. And I'm like, oh Lord, it's coming.
It's a lot of mixed emotions, but still, your nieces and your nephews, they like family to you as well. Mm-hmm. So
absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, parents. So what we're going to talk about for the parents right now, step number one, we're going to talk about the parents that are currently sending their kids back to school. We're going to talk about how to cope with that. And we're also going to talk about the parents that are currently empty nesters, how to deal with that as well. The first thing I have on my list, and ladies, y'all can come in anytime to kind of, jump in or whatever. But the first thing I have is you need to prepare emotionally. Y'all need to recognize that this is it's normal to feel a mix of emotions, from pride to sadness, and you need to embrace these feelings. They show your love and attachment. So parents, are y'all those criers? Like when your kids went to school for the first time, did you cry? Me, I try to look strong for my baby, I try to, but I did. I felt it, when my son got his first apartment, I was excited for him. But you just leaving? You gonna tell me like 4 days before that you moving on Saturdays? Like, so, but I'm proud at the same time. You know what I mean? So like what you guys got? What how y'all feel about preparing emotionally? How can you prepare emotionally? That's the question.
I can tell you I'm a crier. So when my nephews got ready to go to school and it was like, oh my God, it's their first day. Yeah, I was sappy.
Mm,
Ooh, well, I'm a crier. I've always been that way. And I would have the best outlook for the summer. And then as the summer would end, my friends kind of said, you kind of seem to get down as the summer end, because I would love my children being home, because I
mhm,
realized quickly that with each summer, I was getting closer to them leaving. So
Hmm.
I am truly a crier. And when it would be back to school time, everybody else is rejoicing that they out of the house. I'm trying to figure out how to keep mine.
that's me. Like
Yeah.
I keep saying I can't wait until my daughter turns 18, but I already know I'm gonna miss her. We clash. We have those clashing personalities, but there are some great things, about her being in the house as well. Like, I feel her in the house now, but then I realize, oh wait, she's at school. So, so I do understand. Number two is you guys want to have open communication. Talk to your children about their feelings and expectations for the school year, and make them feel comfortable discussing their concerns with you. Us as parents, sometimes I'm in charge. We like to beat on our chest and stuff like that, and we try to tell kids how they should feel. But these days, these kids, they gonna talk. I don't know about y'all, but mine do. She gonna tell me how she feeling, and she ain't holding that back, and I'm not gonna tell her how she feel about anything in life. Is it just my child?
I
Well,
feel like it's a generational thing, though. I think
Mhm.
the kids of this generation, they are much more vocal than we
Uh-huh.
were, when we were coming up.
Yeah, I told my daughter, I said, y'all generation, y'all are not being kids. We just had this talk yesterday. Y'all are not being kids. Y'all are worried about taxes and retirement and all kinds of stuff, worried about your parents and stuff you shouldn't even really be worried about. Go live your life, be a kid, have fun. But these kids are different. They are worrying about everything, everything in life besides their schoolwork sometimes. And some of them, yeah, we want to get into good college, I got to get a great education. And then some, they want to worry about retirement and how they're going to make money on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know.
I
Y'all.
kind of feel like that a lot of times with kids today have access to so much more information than we
Mhm.
did. So, just like for us, when we were growing up, the news came on at 6 o'clock and that was it. Then the TV went off at 12 and then it came back on in the morning. These days
Mhm.
they have access to news 24/7. You're constantly being bombarded with ads and all of these other things. So I definitely feel like what we feel like as being a kid is not what today's kids understand.
Absolutely. Number three is we need to establish routines. Create consistent daily routines, including study time, playtime, and family time. Predictability can reduce anxiety for both you and your children. And I agree with that, because for us, we didn't really have a routine around here, but now for me, when I became self-employed and I started working from home, and I was just constantly working, 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 but I was I make sure that, like, even now I make it a priority to sit down and talk to her. We sit at the table and we kind of talk or whatever about how school, and when we're driving home from school, like, how was your day and different things like that. Because a lot of times my baby, she will go in her room and just kind of sit down, and I don't see her for the rest of the evening. So I try to make sure that we have some kind of routine, although I feel like I don't do enough sometimes, but I do make sure that I am actively asking her about her day and life so she can talk. Y'all got any feedback y'all want to add to that before I move on to the next one?
the routine is important. I think that's one of the things I probably missed the boat on with my kids, because I kind of did them like I was done, that we didn't really have that set routine, but we had a routine, whether it was what I said intentionally or not.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back on it, I think it would have gave them a little bit more discipline, and myself, especially when I became self-employed. When I was
Mm-hmm.
employed, we were on it. Once I got a little bit more freedom, I got laxed in the morning. And there's things that I look back on in times that I would have said, hey, let's get up and let's have breakfast before school, those type of things. But
Mm-hmm.
I gave them what I gave them. Now they get to make choices for their own kids when they have them.
Absolutely. But you're right though, because that routine is like an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like with my daughter. My son, he knew clean up behind yourself. My daughter, she's the baby. We pampered her. She didn't have to clean up. My son kind of pretty much cleaned up behind her because he done the dishes and everything like that. So we pampered her. And as she got older, when we started trying to create a different routine, a new routine, it made things a little bit harder. But still,
Mm-hmm.
once I put my foot down, she knew, like, we're going to sit here, we're going to have this time, and we're going to talk, we're going to have this family time. But it's definitely tough trying to force or trying to get her to do family time, if she hadn't been doing that for the last year or two or her entire life. So yeah. All right, so stay involved, stay engaged in your child's education by attending parent teacher meetings and keeping up with their progress. And your involvement shows them that you care about their learning. That's one thing that I really don't do a lot. I said I was going to do, still haven't done it. I don't know about y'all, but I still haven't done it. I don't do a lot. I started doing, like I told y'all, I coach for the rec or whatever. I've done that, but outside of that, that's all I've done. Um, and foster independence. Encourage your children to take responsibility for their schoolwork and their daily tasks. This builds their confidence and prepares them for life changes. Y'all got anything y'all want to add before we move on? Because I know I'm a little behind already.
No, you can't.
Nothing?
No, those are great tips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for the empty nesters, you guys want to acknowledge your feelings, understand that it's okay to feel a sense of loss or sadness as your children. Nicole, leave the nest. Take time to grieve, but it also allows yourself to feel pride in their independence. That's what I said earlier, because I'm sad, but I'm proud at the same time. My baby, he's gone, he's getting his own place, but I'm sad but proud. Good job, son.
That's it.
But I miss you.
That's it.
It
It
was
is.
selfish.
It's a moment of being. When I say I am extremely proud of this young man. He has definitely. There was things I got busy. Of course, I took on some other responsibilities, and he kind of stepped in and said, "Well, I'm gonna do this, this, and this." And I would email and say, "Hey, I need you to do this," and either it was done or I might have to circle back around. But he really, truly, this transition was like. Okay, Mom, I'm going. When I looked in his room, he had his bags packed. He had most of the stuff together, and it wasn't a whole lot for me to do. So I had to involve myself on purpose, because I think once they get to a certain age, they start becoming independent. And then it was like, wait a minute, don't leave me and don't leave me out. I'm still here. And so that was the biggest thing that I had to kind of get over, is that he didn't need me as much.
Yeah, and that sucks because I've always taught my son to be independent.
Yeah.
He's been doing his own laundry since he's been like 8 and doing different things. But you're right, like, dang, do you need me for anything
That part right there.
anymore? You need to rediscover your passion, empty nesters. Rediscover your passion, reconnect with hobbies. Because a lot of times, as a parent, we do lose ourselves. We forget what we like. Somebody can ask me now, what you like? Resting. I like
Yes.
to relax.
Sleep is good.
Sleep is great.
Yes.
You need to focus on your relationship. Rekindle your relationship with your partner or your spouse. Enjoy quality time alone together and embark on new adventures. Go make some more babies. Have fun.
Oh,
Don't nobody
empty nesters, and then you talking about making some more? Oh, okay.
look. I can't wait to my turn. I want to walk around the house. I might get kicked off YouTube, so I can't say it. But yeah, I just just let loose. Focus on your, I said that. Stay connected. Keep the lines of communications open with your adult children, regular calls, text messages. Visits can maintain a strong family bond. Volunteer or mentor. Consider giving back to the community through volunteering or mentoring. Share your wisdom and experience. It can be incredibly fulfilling. Self care, you guys. Prioritize your physical and emotional well being. Exercise, eat healthy, seek support if you're struggling with the empty nest syndrome. And unfortunately, some people go through that. And most importantly, y'all need to remember that these transitions are natural, or a natural phase of life. Embrace the changes, cherish the memories, and continue to grow, both as a parent and as an individual. Ladies, y'all got anything y'all want to add? Like, do y'all got anything y'all want to add before we go?
I was gonna say you did a great job, and I will speak on one thing
Okay.
that one of the coaches brought up to me. I had been struggling for like the last 2 years and could not pinpoint really truly what was going on with my career in real estate. And so during a coaching session, he was asking me about my big why and my motivation behind real estate. And of course, we normally say the usual things like our kids and all
Mhm.
that stuff. And I said, well, why is that not enough anymore? And he brought up the fact that now my kids are older. So even though I feel like they are still leaning on me, they don't really necessarily need me. So it's not feeding me like it used to be. So it wasn't giving me that motivation. But as I started talking about other things that were in my life, he said, that's your why and that's your passion, because I felt my body lift up, and it made me realize it was okay for my why and my that thing, that my new passion, to be something other than my kids.
I love it. And it's so funny because I can really relate to that, especially like with my husband. They people live they me, I like my peace, my me time. But there are parents like Nicole that like really love spending time with their children. I'm not a bad parent for saying what I just said.
At
But
all.
but it's true. It's really true. And then the kids get older. You do go through stuff. Your kids grow up. They don't need you anymore. They're not calling mommy. They're not calling daddy like they used to. They don't want to spend time with you. You are annoying them because what you doing today? So kids grow up. So as we wrap up our live discussion today, y'all, we want to leave you with this heartfelt reminder. Parenting is a journey filled with twists and turns, joys, and yes, a few tears along the way. Whether you're sending your little ones off to school or adjusting to the empty nest, remember that you're not alone. We're all part of this incredible community of parents, and we're here to support each other through every chapter. Embrace the changes, celebrate the milestones, and treasure the moments, because in the end, it's these experiences that shape not only our children's lives, but our own as well. Thank you guys for joining us and sharing in this beautiful journey of parenthood. And let's keep the conversation going in the comments and support one another as we navigate the ever changing tides of life. I almost cried because these kids. Yeah, y'all got anything y'all want to add before we go today?
No.
Nothing. All right, you guys. Well, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a triangle realtor with AZ Realty. You can reach me at 919-818-9854. Miss Erica Batts.
Hey, and I am Erica Batts. I am your home loan chick. You can reach me at 919-608-7916, or you can reach me at ericabats.com.
Nicole.
I am Nicole Crawford. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty. I can always be reached on my cell, which is 336-457-3007.
You guys, y'all can reach us in the clubhouse at www.thehomebuyersclubhouse.com. You can find us on Facebook on our page or in our private group at Homebuyers Clubhouse, or you guys can find us on YouTube at The Homebuyers Clubhouse. We hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And hit the